Good morning, students. Today we are going to do the summary of Merchant of Venice. Antonio is a wealthy merchant of Venice. He owns a large number of merchant ships. One day, when he is in a very sad mood and his friends Salario and Salanio ask him the reason of his melancholy, he fails to give a satisfactory answer to his friends. His friends then suggest that possible reason of his being sad. They say that as his ships are sailing over the sea, he is worried about their safety, but Antonio rejects his explanation of his being sad. Three more friends come, Bassanio, Britannia, and Lorenzo. Seeing Antonio in a sad mood, Britannia expresses his disapproval of it. Antonio says that he regards this world as the stage of a theatre and his role on the stage is that of a sad man. At this, Gratiano says that he would like to play the role of a cheerful person on a stage of life. One day Bassanio comes to Antonio and asks him to help him impress a wealthy lady, Portia, living in Velma. He needs 3,000 ducats to furnish himself with an appearance befitting the suitor of a rich heiress. He says that if he marries Portia, he will also be able to pay back all his debts. Antonio has no money at the moment, but he expects his ship laden with merchandise would soon arrive. Antonio says he is ready to borrow the money on his credit from anyone. Antonio and Bassanio come to Shiloh. Antonio asks the Jew to lend him 3,000 ducats upon any interest he wants. Shiloh at once has a thought. Why not make the best use of the opportunity to take revenge upon his rival? He tells Antonio that it is strange that he has come to him when he has often condemned him for his money dealings, called him an unbeliever, a cutthroat dog, and even spat on his Jewish garments. Antonio gets provoked and says he will do again as he used to do and asks him to lend him money not as a friend but as an enemy. Shylock changes his tone and surprises him and Bassanio. He says that he is ready to lend him money without charging any interest. And then he cunningly says that he has only one condition. And that is Antonio will sign a bond that if he fails to repay the money by a certain day, he will forfeit a pound of flesh to be cut from any part of his body that Shylock desires. Antonio at once agrees to sign the bond despite the warning from Bassanio. He signs the bond and Bassanio gets the money required for the journey to Belmont. Portia, a wealthy, beautiful and intelligent woman, lives in Belmont. Her father has willed before his death that she would marry the man who, out of 3 caskets, one of which gold, silver and lead, will choose that which holds Portia's picture. A number of suitors from different corners of the world have come to try their luck at the lottery of the casket. Anyone who decides to choose the casket had to take an oath not to disclose which casket he has chosen, leave at once in case of failure to select the right casket, and never to marry in life. Many suitors, finding the conditions unfavorable, quit even before trying their luck. The Prince of Morocco is the first person to try his luck. He is proud of his physical strength, dark complexion, and rich ancestry. The inscription on the golden casket, "Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire," attracts him. He thinks that this is the right casket because many men desire Portia, but when the gold casket is opened, he finds no picture of Portia in it. He leaves Belmont in frustration. The Prince of Aragon is the second man to try considers himself to be extraordinary. He chooses the silver casket and like Morocco fails. He also has to leave. Portia is happy. They have failed to choose the right casket. Bassanio, along with his friend Gratiano, arrives at Belmont. Bassanio has already come there when Portia's father was alive. Bassanio rejects the gold and silver cascades. He accepts the challenging words of the lead casket. He finds the picture of Portia in it. Portia, who has a secret love for him, is highly pleased. Both decide to get married. Retiano and Portia's companion Nerissa also declare their intentions to get married. During this time, two important events happen in Venice. Antonio fails to pay back the borrowed money. This delights the heart of the cruel Jew. He gets Antonio arrested. His daughter, Jessica, runs away with her Christian lover, Lorenzo. Jessica takes away with her a lot of money and jewels. Lorenzo's friend arrange a mask on the day of their elopement to help Jessica in in the guise of a boy come out of her home and join her lover. Both of them leave Venice in a boat. The Jew, who is unable to find his daughter and his jewels, creates a lot of fuss and seems to lose his balance. He begins to hate all Christians. He makes up his mind firmly to take revenge on Antonio. The happiness of Portia and Bassanio disappears on hearing the sad news of Antonio's fate. Bassanio reads Antonio's letter. Antonio wants him to come and see him before his death, as he is sure that Shylock is not going to spare him at any cost. Bassanio turns pale on reading the letter. He tells everything about his dear friend and his signing of the dangerous bond with Shylock, the forfeit of the bond, and the circumstances in which the loan was taken. Portia, being generous and large-hearted, asks Bassanio to go at once to Venice to save his noble friend. She asks him to take enough gold with him to pay the money 20 times over. She marries Bassanio the same day so that he has the legal right to her money. Gratiano also marries Nerissa so that he can also join Bassanio. After their marriages, they set out in great haste for Venice. In the court of Duke, Shylock has rejected the plea of mercy. He declares that he insists on the conditions of the amount of money. This time, Portia and Nerissa come. The Duke allows Portia to plead for Antonio on the recommendation of Dr. Bellerio, who has written that he cannot personally come, and so he is sending Dr. Balthasar, that is Portia. Portia looks around and assesses Shiloh. She goes through the bond and asks Shiloh to show mercy to Antonio and accept the money. Bassanio at once offers to pay double and triple the amount due, but the adamant Shiloh once again turns down all pleas. Portia tells him in a long speech that he should show mercy on Antonio. Shiloh pays no heed to it. The moment Shiloh advances with his dagger, she stops him. She says that he can have his pound of flesh, but he must not shed even a single drop of blood in the taking of it. The bond mentions no blood. The Jew finds himself outwitted. He says that he is prepared to accept the money offered by Bassanio. As Bassanio moves forward to pay the money, Portia stops him. She invokes an old law according to which he has tried to make an attempt on the life of a citizen of Venice, so he will have to forfeit his property and his life will be at the mercy of Duke. In lieu of Portia, has his wedding ring to Portia. Nerissa also gets the wedding ring from Gaetano, though both of them part with these rings quite reluctantly. Then later Portia and Nerissa ask for their rings, so both Bassanio and Gaetano are embarrassed. Great news comes. Antonio's ship have returned to the harbor.